Tell my kids headed died on the street. Bury me a priest. I'm from the Trout up in Cardell. Met a nigga by the name of Tardell. The pity ain't his real name. He put me on the work from the cartel. Bitch ain't a snitch, never snitch. When I hit my brother up, I gotta live. This right before the truth, that shit legit. We can ship it by the truck loaded. Powder in the summer, we gon' hit, nigga. Yeah. About to be the man on they bitch ass. Got cream plus his hands on they bitch ass. Couple rubber band on the bitch ass. The fuck a nigga saying, I don't want the cash. Let's slow the car down while I ride down the I-95, thinking about my daughter's eyes on some real shit. My partner caught a case, facing time. What the fuck is going through a nigga's mind on some real shit? My daddy passed away while I was crying, but my pride won't let me keep crying on some real shit. Some gotta give shit, cause somebody gotta make it out these streets. The bury me a priest. Up at night I never sleep, contemplating how to set my people free. Bury me a priest. Revolution I be moving, got the dead scared of violence in these streets. Nigga, bury me a priest. Who's throwing honor to my dad's name, he got to see. Bury me a priest. If it's ever rest in peace, help my kids dead and died on the street. Bury me a priest.
All right. About to start class. Shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakah. Brothers that are just joining the class. So all the sisters out there, Shalom. Yahweh Shamar Alatan Bashem Yahushua. I'm Priest and Officer Shagapan of the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, which started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Right now, we're under Commander General YAHANNA, who has been leading this nation and trying to get all so-called blacks, all so-called Hispanics, all so-called Native Americans back on the path to obeying and following God. And that's the only thing that we're trying to do. Get our people to love each other and turn back to God. So today is Wednesday, which is the law class. I'm holding the law class down for everyone that's in the Hudson Valley, whether it's Rockland County, Westchester County, Orange County, Dutchess County, Putnam County, all the way from the tip of the Bronx, Yonkers, all the way up to Albany. This class is for y'all and for any other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans around the globe who end up tuning in and want to watch this class. This is for y'all as well. All right. So today we're going to be finishing off the class that I did last Wednesday. We're going to call it Thots Part 2. We're going to be talking about this thought culture that seems to be having a strong grasp on our men and our women, specifically our women, with the influence and encouragement by our men. You know, all on these social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, we see a bunch of black, Hispanic, and Native American princesses acting like whores, acting like hoes, acting like sluts, acting like harlots, acting like they have no worth, shaking their ass all on the vine, twirling down on their stripper poles in their house, twerking their ass for the song WAP, doing all these things that they shouldn't be doing. But to them, they think it's the correct thing to do. To them, they think it's something that is appropriate behavior. Part of that blame falls on the men, because we encourage that behavior. Men like to go to strip clubs and see naked women dancing and twirling around on poles. Men like to go on porn sites and watch black, Hispanic, and Native American girls have sex with other black, Hispanic, and Native American girls, or white men, or whatever, right? And it's all wrong. So today we're going to finish up that class. We're going to finish breaking down why our women shouldn't be thots, why our women shouldn't be whores, why our women shouldn't be shaking their ass to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and having an OnlyFans, right? So we're going to start with our first scripture. The first scripture that we got right now is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3.
The book of Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3.
Make sure you speak up, all right?
Come. The eyes of the Most High are in every place. Behold, the evil and the good.
So right here in Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3, we're reading how the Lord sees everything. God sees everything. Whether you're under a tree, whether you're in your basement, whether you're in your bathroom, whether you're in your studio, whether you're at the strip club, whether you're at the main site where they shoot Pornhub videos, wherever you at, God is seeing everything. And it says, beholding the evil and the good. And he's watching all the evil things that people do and all the good things that people do. He's looking at them all together, right? So when we're on TikTok, when we're on social media, when you subscribe to an OnlyFans and you're giving virtual money to a Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman who's pleasuring herself or shaking her ass or getting naked for you, God's watching you do these things. If you're on TikTok shaking your ass, if you created an OnlyFans where you can show people your breastises and your ass and your vagina and fingering yourself, and you're on TikTok dancing half naked or almost naked, God is watching all that evil things. Now, if you're also on TikTok, I'm giving food to the homeless, God's seeing those things. So whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's good or bad, God is watching all the things that you do. All right? Let me get Psalms chapter 37, verse 27. The book of Psalms chapter 37, verse 27. Because we got to get out of this mindset that a woman being half naked and shaking her ass on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok is something that's appealing. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a man. I love and I like when a woman shakes her ass. If she's my woman, if they are my women, whether I have one wife, 3 wives, I like when they shake their behind, for me, behind closed doors, where only I can see, where the world can't see it. Not posting it up for the gram, not posting it up for Facebook, not creating a OnlyFans so other people can see my wife or wives shaking their behind. It's from me to see. It's from my eyes and my eyes only. I don't want other men watching my wife shaking her behind for me. I don't want my wife to be showing other people her behind when it's supposed to be for me. All right? So we got to get out of that. As a Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we got to stop encouraging our women to do these things. We should be encouraging our women to put clothes on, to cover themselves, to be respectful, to set a good example for their daughter and not for their daughters, and not showing their daughters how to shake their behind and how to twerk. Go show your daughter how it's great to read a book. Go show your daughter how it's great to learn another language. Go show your daughter how to sew, because many women these days don't know how to sew a button on a pair of pants. Many women these days don't know how to fry chicken, which is so simple. It's just bacon, it's oil, some herbs, chicken that you clean. Women don't know how to clean chicken. They don't. Right? So teach your daughters, teach your young women how to fry chicken, how to make rice, how to boil water. Let's start there. How to boil water. Add some salt and then put it on blast until the water starts boiling. Teach them that. You got that verse out?
Book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 27. Depart from evil and do good and dwell forevermore.
So right here in the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 27, we're learning that God wants us to depart from evil. A woman shaking her ass for the world to see, that's evil. A man looking all through TikTok and subscribing to an OnlyFans and having 3 different subscriptions to porn websites, that's evil. As a man, why would you want to watch another woman shake her behind or have sex with another man? That's gay. Knowing that when you click on that porn video, it has 400,000 views. That's 400,000 men that also watch this woman get railed and hammered by another man. That's 400 people that have watched another man stick his rod in and out in all different types of positions into a woman. And you're having pleasure by watching this video. Doesn't that sound off? Doesn't it sound crazy to be watching a video where another man is ramming another woman? Doesn't it sound crazy to watch 2 women pleasure each other and touching each other. Imagine if that was your daughter and you clicked on that porn website, you clicked on that porn video, and you're watching your daughter please herself with another woman. How would you feel as a father? What's going through your mind as a father or as a brother to a sister? That's the same kind of mindset that we need to have. Disgusting, wicked, vile, evil. Now imagine you're a woman shaking your behind on TikTok and Instagram and having an OnlyFans. It's evil for you to do that. To show your body, to show your nakedness, that's your body. That's your nakedness. It's not for the world to see. Only a whore thinks that it is appropriate to show her body to the world. And I don't blame her entirely. Part of the blame is on the men. Men like to encourage and promote women doing these types of actions and encourage them to engage in this type of behavior. And it's not all the way Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans' fault either. During slavery, white people, they're monsters and savages and beasts and animals. White people raped Black, Hispanic, and Native American women. It's a known fact. It's in the history books. White men raped, sodomized Black, Hispanic, and Native American men. It's in the history books. White people brought over this culture of homosexuality, lesbian, transgenderism, pedophilia, and they forced it on Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. They used to turn our women into whores and prostitutes, sell them for money, sell them for drink, sell them for wine, pass it from one conquistador to the other 6 conquistadors, let the slave master rape her. At night, let the slave officers go in, overseers go into the slave houses and slave huts and rape the women. This is something that white people have pushed and promoted onto Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. So let's depart from evil and let's do good. Let's tell our women to get rid of their OnlyFans. Let's tell our women to stop shaking their ass at Sue Rendezvous and Sin City and any other strip club you may know about. Let's tell them to stop engaging in sexual activity for the camera, to be sexually exploited. Let's tell our women to cover their ass. Let's tell our women, instead of shaking their ass to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, instead of trying to be like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, how about you go make some pancakes? How about you learn to make biscuits from scratch? How about you learn to go sew a button on a pair of pants? How about you go separate white clothes from color clothes? That way you can wash them separately. How about you do that? How about you learn some skills? How about you go to school and learn a couple of languages? How about you learn how to farm or grow your own vegetables? How about you learn how to market, marketing and advertisement? How about you learn how to be a real estate investor or realtor? Get your real estate license. How about you do something of good use, of good value, something of high moral behavior, instead of shaking your ass, instead of exposing yourself? Because at the end it says, and dwell forevermore. Stop all these evil things. Start to do these good things and you'll live forever. I'm not saying, you'll live to see 637, but I'm telling you that you'll live forevermore, meaning if you obeyed God and did his law, statutes, and commandments, you won't go hungry. You'll have food on the table. You won't have to worry about black on black crime affecting you, brown on brown crime affecting you. You won't have to worry about your loved ones or you suffering from drug addiction or alcoholism. You won't have to worry about some sketchy slumdog landlord trying to evict you. You won't have to worry about these things. All right? Let's drop down. Let's go to Psalms chapter 52. Psalms chapter 52, verse 3. But so many people encourage Black, Hispanic, and Native American women shaking their ass on TikTok, getting half naked on TikTok, being dressed in nothing but panties and a thong, or their women dressed in their bathing suits and dance half naked on TikTok and don't show not one video of them just swimming. You know what that tells me? That tells me that they just decided to put on the bathing suit so they can look half-ass naked for you, for the viewers, for the subscribers, so that people can see them turn around, shake their ass, go in front of the mirror, see how nice their ass is getting. What is the goal or the motive of you being half naked in your lingerie, in your bathing suit, and then posting a video of it for the world to see? What's the objective? What's the purpose of that? Is it because you want people to see you like that? Because you just want the attention? You're so much of a whore that you want attention from people. You want people to see you half naked. You want people to see you in your newly purchased Fashion Nova bathing suit and lingerie, your Victoria's Secret bathing suit and lingerie, wherever the hell you women shop at. You want people to see you in that state, in that physical state. As a man, you know what that tells me? That tells me you weren't raised right. That tells me you didn't have a father figure in your life to tell you to tell you what the fuck are you wearing? Go change your ass before I whip your ass. That's what that tells me. You didn't have a dad in your life or a male positive role model in your life to tell you to stop doing something when you were doing something wrong. When I was growing up, if my sister came out the room with short shorts on, my mom would have told her ass to go back in the room and change. That's disgusting. That's inappropriate, especially when you have males in the house. Go change. Take your disgusting ass back in the room and change. God forbid I have a daughter and she tries to pull some shit like that on me. Her ass is never leaving the house dressed like some whore, dressed like Cardi B, dressed in yoga pants that shows the imprint of your vagina. Come on, ladies. Y'all got to do better than that. Y'all got to set better examples for your daughters and these young women. But it also starts with the men. You got to start telling your women, yo, go change. Y'all got to grow some balls and tell y'all women, we ain't leaving the house with you dressed like that. Because a lot of you Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, you are some suckers. Y'all some suckers for these, I'm going to say the word bitches. Y'all some suckers for bitches. Y'all some weak ass niggas for bitches. Y'all love hoes so much. Y'all let a woman do whatever she wants to you. As long as she's giving you some, as long as she's yours, you got her arm around you. Y'all some suckers. Y'all need to start telling your women to act correctly. Y'all need to start telling your women to dress appropriately. Y'all need to start telling your women to have more decent behavior. But it starts with you. Us as Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we need to encourage this good behavior by showing and displaying and carrying ourselves in the behavior that we want others to reciprocate. You can't expect my woman to not dress like a whore if I'm not telling her not to. If I'm going around the city with my woman dressed like a whore, dressed in some short shorts or some skirt where you can see her outline of her thong. If I'm stepping out my house with one of my wives, best believe she's dressed appropriately. If she comes out that room dressing inappropriately, we ain't living in the house. Our asses are staying right there in the house until she changes and puts something appropriate on. And I'll take it to the extreme. You don't need that. You don't need to wear that outfit anymore. You can throw that shit out. That's garbage. We'll go shopping right now and buy you some more beautiful attire. We'll go right now and buy some things that make you look like a princess you're supposed to be. Not like some slut. Not like some whore. That's not how Black, Hispanic, and Native American women are supposed to be. You are supposed to be princesses, royalty, not a whore. Read that up.
Psalm 52 verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness.
And that's exactly the problem. Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, we have been accustomed to love evil. We love the drug dealer that comes around the block because he got all the flashy clothes, all the flashy jewelry, driving the dope ass car. We love that woman that walks around with her ass cheeks hanging out, talking about, oh, I smashed the first, or so-and-so smashed, oh, I got to get me some. We love how all these rappers and celebrities portray themselves to be whores and pimps on music videos, right? And on movies. We love all these evil things more than we love good things. We love the drugs. We love the pimp image. We love the whore image. We love the player image. But we don't want to tell our women to stop dressing like whores. We don't want to change our behaviors as men and stop pimping and whoring our women out. We don't want to stop selling drugs and making this fast money, easy money. We love all these evil things. We love to lie and say we're not doing certain things, right? We love to lie and say, no, I'm not a whore. No, I don't got a man. Meanwhile, you're sleeping with like 3 other men, right? Rather than just speak righteousness, rather than just say the truth. Listen, right now, you know, I'm not available. You know, speak the truth, speak righteousness. Me telling all you men, all you Black, Hispanic, and Native American men and women to stop promoting whoredom, to stop promoting this stock culture, to stop promoting women shaking their ass on TikTok, to stop promoting women creating OnlyFans accounts where they shake their ass and expose themselves. To you, that's evil, and you guys hate that than rather me telling you not to do that. That's the crazy part, because we're so indoctrinated in this white culture, this white lifestyle, that whatever white people do, we want to do. If white people want to be gangsters like the mobs, we want to be gangsters. We want to be thugs. If white women want to be whores, and our women want to be whores. If our women who are in the same position as white men in terms of power, because white people rule this world, they create feminism. Our women who are on the very bottom want to try to grab some power and support feminism when it wasn't for you. Feminism was for white women because they were tired of not being equal to their white men. Black, Hispanic, and Native American men went through slavery together, went through the civil rights era together. There was not one point in time where you weren't treated like shit together. There wasn't not one point in time where you were allowed to use the white people's water fountain together. At what point did Black, Hispanic, and Native American men throughout the 500 years of slavery from 1492 up into the civil rights era, at what point were you oppressed to Black, Hispanic, and Native American men? Black, Hispanic, and Native American men were in the same position as Black, Hispanic, and Native American women for about 500 years. There was no need for feminism. You were treated equal. You were equal to your counterparts for centuries at the bottom. So we got to stop these evil doings. We got to stop acting like our oppressor. We got to stop acting like our slave master. We got to stop acting like what's promoted and encouraged on television, because it just doesn't work for us. All right, give me 1 second. Let me get the next scripture. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16. Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16. Zechariah chapter 8, verse 16. Because we're going to get into it. We're not going to just let this slide. We need to let our Black, Hispanic, and Native American women know that this behavior is unacceptable. And our Black, Hispanic, and Native American men also need to know that this behavior is unacceptable. We have to stop encouraging this behavior. Because if you say you believe in God and you say you believe in the Bible, you got to believe in the whole thing. You can't just choose what you want to do and what not to do. Because that's called being a Christian. Christians decide what they want to following what they don't want to follow in the Bible. And we're not Christians. All right? We're supposed to obey the entire Bible. You got that out? All right,
The
go
book
ahead.
of Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 16. These are the things that ye shall do.
This is what we're supposed to do. All right? Read.
Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor.
We got to speak the truth to every man, just like I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you that being a whore is evil, according to God. I'm telling you that showing your body, showing your nakedness is evil, according to God. I'm telling you that Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, you got to stop being suckers and pussies for women. Because that goes against what God told us to be. God told us to be warriors. God told us to be strong. Right? We got to stop all these things. Keep going.
Execute the judgment of truth.
Now, right now, we're not in a position to execute judgment. You know, many of you guys will say on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, oh, stop judging me, or you can't judge me. Listen, judging carries a punishment. When you go to court, the judge is there to listen to everything that's being said, and he judges you. So because he's a judge, he can judge you. But me being a priest of the Lord, I can't judge you. You have a problem with me telling you, stop being a whore, because being a whore is wrong according to God. But you have no problem with the judge, as in the law, in the courtroom, telling you you're wrong and you owe $600 for back child support. Or you owe $300.66 to your landlord. You have to pay it or go to jail. In the old days, in the Old Testament, if you were caught doing something wrong, the Levitical priest would kill you. They would bury you up to your neck and throw stones at you. I'm not doing that because I have more compassion than that. I'm trying to tell you, don't do that. If you do that, you deserve death. And I'm not the one that's going to kill you. I'm not the one that's going to cause you misery. I'm not the one that's going to make you suffer, but God is. God is the one that's going to make you suffer. And all I'm doing is trying to warn you to prevent that, because I think you deserve better. I think you can do better. But if you don't want to listen to this truth, then listen. Then God is going to execute this judgment. Jot that. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 18. Right? So many people had an issue with this whole nakedness and being a whore, right? Both men and women, right? And it's sad because Black, Hispanic, and Native American men would rather see naked Black, Hispanic, and Native American women and encourage them to get naked and encourage them to dance naked and encourage them to shake their ass, but won't encourage them to go make fried chicken. Won't encourage them to show their cooking skills on TikTok instead of their shaking ass skills. If I come across a TikTok and it's a Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman shaking her ass, I'll type in, so what's your cooking skills like? Did you cook? Did you cook for your family today? Did your kids eat today? What did you make your kids today? All so just I can fuck with their head. Because all the comments that they're getting is, damn, mommy, you fly. Girl, you know how to shake that ass. Yeah, girl, you got that wop. And then here comes me. Can you show me how your cooking skills are? What did you cook for your children today? That's how we got to be. We got to stop promoting our women for acting like whores. Read.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying,
18 verse 6.
Verse 6. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Most High.
So you hear that? This is a law in the Bible where it says, none of you shall approach to any that is near of kin. So your family members, you shouldn't approach them to uncover their nakedness. If your mom is taking a shower, don't go try to look at your mom taking a shower. If your sister's getting dressed, don't go try to look through the door and see your sister getting dressed. If your father's taking a shower or changing his clothes, your brother, don't go try to look at them and see their nakedness. So you then know, you know what that means? That means if you're scrolling through Pornhub or YouPorn and OnlyFans, and you come across your sisters or your mothers or your aunts or your cousins' OnlyFans page where they're shaking their ass, where they're exposing themselves, you're doing something wrong according to God. Because right now, you just stumbled upon their nakedness. You just stumbled upon them shaking their ass, showing you their vagina, fingering themselves, rubbing their breasts, telling you, do you like it? Having them tell you, do you like it, Papi? Do you like it, Daddy? That's what you're doing. And God said, you shall not approach to any that is near of kin to uncover their nakedness. You shouldn't be doing that. Right? Let's go down. Let's get more. You can go and read Leviticus chapter 18 on your own and see all the laws that God told us about nakedness. Right? And you'll see all the things that we weren't supposed to do, like watch other people get naked. The only woman that I want to see naked in my life is my wives. If my wife is taking a shower, I can go see her being naked. That's my wife. That's who I sleep with every night. That's who I put the moves on every night to have a child with. If I see one of my wives naked, that's fine. Those women, they're my wives. I practice all types of sexual positions with them to have children. But if there's a woman that's not my wife, I don't want to see her nakedness. Because that can be someone else's wife. That could be my brother's wife. Read verse 17. Wait, sorry. Read verse 16.
Leviticus chapter 18, verse 16. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswoman. It is wickedness.
Hold on one second. So I got clipped off of TikTok from someone reporting my video saying it's vulgar content. Whatever that's all about. Probably just some whore or some man that loves whoredom reporting my video because they don't like me talking about how Black, Hispanic, and Native American women shouldn't be whores. And that's the evil that I was talking about earlier. That's the evil that we need to depart from. No one wants to ban videos with women shaking their ass half naked, but people want to ban a video of a man speaking about and speaking against women dancing half naked. That's the evil that I'm talking about. Now back to this verse. Read verse 16.
Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife.
You shouldn't cover the unnakedness of your brother's wife. Because Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we are all brothers. We're all brothers, right? When you're walking down the street, like, what's up, brother? How you doing, brother? What's going on, brother, man? We say all these things. ¿Qué pasó, hermano? Right? You're all brothers, but you all want to go to the strip club and watch someone's brother's woman sliding down a pole. You all want to watch some brother's woman shaking her ass on TikTok. You all want to watch some brother's woman on playing with herself on OnlyFans. You guys are some hypocrites. I don't want no brother watching my woman naked. I don't even want a male doctor delivering my child so he can see my woman naked. I want a female doctor for my women. Right? So we shouldn't be wanting to go see women who possibly have a husband, who possibly have a boyfriend, who most certainly have a father, because women who have fathers, they're brothers too. Any man that has a daughter, that's my brother. And I don't want to see my brother's daughter's nakedness unless she's my wife. Because then she's my wife, I can see her naked. Read the next verse.
Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness. For they are her near kinswoman. It's wickedness.
And for all these men that like to brag about, oh, I slept with the mom and I slept with the daughter. I slept with the grandma, the mom, and the daughter. That's wrong. That's wrong according to God. I slept with both sisters. That's wrong according to God. Why do you want to go watch one video of some woman shaking her behind, then watch another video of a woman shaking their behind, and then finding out that they're sisters, finding out that that's the mother and that's the daughter? Why you want to go watch Black China's mom shake her ass for the gram, and then Black China starts shaking her ass for the gram? Why do you want to watch that? That's wickedness. It's disgusting. Our women need to stop this whore behavior. You need to start acting like princess, like royalty. Princesses don't shake their ass. A princess don't want to talk to every man. A princess doesn't want to sleep with every man. A princess doesn't let 6, 8, 10, 20, 36 dudes all up in her vagina running trains. That's not what a princess does. A princess has value, has worth. You shaking your ass on TikTok in your bathing suit, you have no worth. That's what that tells me. For any decent man, for any man that has morals, has standards, for any man that believes in God, that's unacceptable. And if you say you believe in God, if you say you have morals and standards and you're a good Christian or whatnot, and you're watching porn, you're watching women shake their ass for the gram, being dressed in their lingerie on TikTok, scrolling through OnlyFans, you're a liar. You're a weak man, you're a sucker. All right? Let's drop that. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 21, verse 14. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 14.
Book of Leviticus chapter 21, verse 14. A widow or a divorced woman or profane or an harlot, these shall he not take, but he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife.
So according to the Bible, a man should not take a widow. If you're a woman and you had a husband before and he died, you're supposed to be alone for the rest of your life. Because what man wants a widow? God said that a man shouldn't be with a widow. Right? It says, a widow, these shall he not take. A divorced woman, a woman who's been divorced from a man, God said, this shall he not take. Or an harlot, a whore. If you are a whore, God said, these shall he not take. And this is in the Old Testament, right? This is what Christ preached when he came on, when he stepped onto the scene, right? But then it says, but he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife. Now, I'm not talking about a woman who's never been with a man, right? Because according to the Bible, a virgin is a woman of marriageable age, right? So you should be grateful and fortunate that Christ came and died for your sins. That Christ came and died so that way God can forgive you. Because if you were a whore, you would have died a whore's death. If you were a widow, you would stay a widow. If you were a divorced woman, you would stay divorced. But because Christ came and died for us, a whore has the ability to stop being a whore and serve God. And she can have a husband one day. A divorced woman can repent for her sins, and she can one day again through God be with another man for the rest of her life, and that man only. You want to say something?
Well, technically, the divorced woman has to repent for her husband's sin. Technically, a woman can't divorce the man.
But none of that was ever supposed to happen anyway.
God, but she would be the same.
So, hold on. Right? So Christ came and he taught and he corrected all our wrongs. He corrected all the things that we were doing wrong, and he died for us to learn to do things correctly. Drop that and go to Joel chapter 3, verse 3. Joel chapter 3, verse 3.
The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
You guys know what casting lots are? Casting lots is like placing bets or bids, like going to an auction and bidding on something. That's what they did to us in slavery. They cast lots. And the oppressor, the devil, the white man, he cast lots for Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. Keep going.
And have given a boy for an harlot.
Harlot.
Lucky.
Read it again, huh?
And have given a boy for an harlot.
You know what that means? They turn our boys into whores, into prostitutes. It's a known fact that white men raped and sodomized Black, Hispanic, and Native American men who were their slaves. It's not a known fact that our little boys had to watch their fathers being raped annually by their slave masters, by white people. It's a known fact that they turn our boys into whores, sleeping partners for other men. Keep going.
And sold a girl for wine.
And sold our girls for wine. A guy didn't have any money to buy a prostitute. Wine. Let me give you this jug of moonshine. Let me give you this here liquor, and in return, let me sleep with that girl. They took our young women and turned them into whores. They sold them not for rubies, not for cash, not for dollar bills, y'all, but they sold them for a bottle of Jack Daniels. Here's a bottle of Jack Daniels. Let me sleep with that little black slave girl. Here's a bottle of Ciroc. Let me go sleep with that little native girl. Here's some Hennessy, some nice cognac. Let me go sleep with that nice Dominican, Puerto Rican woman. And I'll give it back to you once I'm done. Keep going.
That they might drink.
That our oppressors might drink, might devour us, might destroy us, might pleasure themselves in our destruction. You know what else they made us do? They made our women dance for them, strip for them, get naked for them. And look, now our women do it willingly on TikTok. Now our women dance willingly for the gram. As Joel chapter 3, verse 3 says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. For any of you that reported my video for vulgar content, you just like being a whore. You just like women being whores. You just love the oppressor who turned our people to whores. Just like it says in Joel 3:3. They put us on auction, on slavery blocks, sold our people into slavery, made our boys into harlots, like it says in Joel 3:3. Sold our girls for wine, like it says in Joel 3:3. And now in 2020, instead of our slave masters forcing us, whipping us, and beating us to dance for them, our women dance willingly for the gram. Our women think it's great to get naked and slide down a pole at strip clubs. Our women think that it's great to invest in a 1080p HD camera and film themselves, pleasuring themselves for OnlyFans videos. And this is what's wrong. We're so deep into the oppressor's lifestyle. We've been so indoctrinated into the oppressor's lifestyle that we think that doing these things are okay. We think that being a whore is okay. We think that having a girl dance in her lingerie is okay for the world to see. And it's not. Go to Proverbs chapter 7. Proverbs chapter 7. We're going to bring out a little story about a whore. And we're going to bring out a little story about a sucker, a weak man. This story is about a whore and a weak man. Start at verse 7.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 7. And beheld among the simple ones, I discern among the youths, a young man void of understanding.
Now, right here, we're talking about a man who's simple, who's young, who's void of understanding. He doesn't know better. He's wet behind the ears. He doesn't really know right from wrong. You know, he's not all there focused. He doesn't know what it really means to be a man. He's just dumb and young, with that saying, dumb, young, and full of cum. That's what he is, this simple-minded man. Keep going.
Verse 8, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house.
Now this man is walking down the street near the corner of this woman, walking by this particular woman's house. Keep going.
In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night.
And he's walking past this woman's house in the nighttime. Keep going.
And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart.
And behold, by walking down this woman's house, he met this woman with the attire of a harlot. Now, what's the attire of a harlot? You know, hoes like to wear mini skirts, thongs, and have their thong string show up from the back of the behind, right? They wear see-through clothing. They wear clothing that's very short and small and tight, so that way you can see their body parts. If you ever seen a whore prostituting herself on the street, you know what she was wearing. High heels, short skirts, even in the wintertime sometimes. You turn on music videos and you can see Cardi B dressing like the attire of a whore. The attire of a harlot. Cardi B dressed in the attire of a harlot. And subtle of heart. Whenever you see heart, it's not really, in the Bible, the majority of the time it's not talking about the heart that's in your chest. Because all that does is pump blood. It's talking about your mind, your brain. And she was subtle. She was slick in her mind. Basically, she knew what to do to get what she wants. Just like a whore today. A whore would tell you, hey, daddy, you look so cute. Hey, daddy, how much you trying to spend? Whatever you're trying to spend, I'll give you a discount. I think you're the best guy on the block. I think you're the cutest, right? Women know what to say to get a man to fall for them. Keep going.
She is loud and stubborn.
She's what?
Loud and stubborn.
She talks too damn much, and she's stubborn. She thinks she's right when she's wrong. She thinks she knows better when she doesn't. Keep going.
Her feet abide not in her house.
And she doesn't stay in her house because she's always out on the streets. AKA she's a hood rat, a chicken head. You know that saying, she belongs to the streets? This is that woman. It's talking about that woman that belongs to the streets. Because she doesn't stay in her house. She never wants to be home cooking, learning something good. She wants to be out in those streets. Keep going.
Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner.
And she's in the streets waiting like a whore. Whores wait on the streets, on the corners, on the block, at the end of the block, waiting. Baba Shah, can I get another drink, Baba Shah? Can I get a Coke? The water. She's waiting like a whore does, on the corner, like a whore does. Keep going.
Verse 13. So she caught him and kissed him.
What?
She caught him and kissed him.
So this man is walking down the house. This young, dumb, and full of cum man is walking down the house of this woman. This woman is dressed in the attire of a harlot. She looks like a whore. She sees this guy walking by her house, and like the whore she is, she grabs him, she goes up to him and starts kissing him. Kissing his cheek, kissing his face, telling him all types of things, right? Keep going.
And with an impudent face said unto him.
Impudent. What does impudent mean? Let's look it up. Impudent. According to Google, not showing due respect for another person. Right? According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, impudent, marked by contemptuous or cocky boldness, disregard of others, lacking modesty. This woman was cocky as hell. She had no modesty. She didn't care. She went up to this man and kissed him, grabbed him, kissed him on his face and all that. No modesty, no decency. Not, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's your name? Hey, my name is so-and-so. Nah, she went up to him, grabbed him, and started kissing him. Just like what a whore does. Whore comes up to you, grabs your hand, grabs your clothing, touches your face, and just tries to seduce you. Keep going.
I have peace offerings with me. This day have I prayed my vow.
And she's saying, listen, I got peace offerings for you. For with me. I have peace offerings with me. I got that WAP. That's my peace offering. I got that WAP. You smoke weed, I got weed. You like to drink, me too. You like what you see, you can have it. This is my peace offering. That's what whores do. You like what you see, daddy? You want some of this, daddy? I'll make you feel good. Right? Keep going.
Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee.
That's exactly what a whore says. A whore says, hey, I knew you were going to be passing my house, so I came out to meet you. Right there, a whore will say, hey, I knew someone strong and big and muscular like you were going to come my way. This is what a whore does. This is what a no good woman does. And our Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we are suckers and we are weak because we give in to things just like this. And we need to be stronger. Black, Hispanic, and Native American men need to be stronger because we need our Black, Hispanic, and Native American women to be better. Right. And in order for Black, Hispanic, and Native American women to be better, it starts by Black, Hispanic, and Native American men being stronger. We can't allow whoredom to continue in our neighborhoods. We can't allow our daughters to grow up watching Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion shaking it behind. That's just inappropriate behavior for our little beautiful girl to watch and admire. Because then our little 3-year-old girl grows up to be 14, 16, and she wants to act like Cardi B. She wants to act like Megan Thee Stallion. She wants to create a TikTok and dress in lingerie and shake her behind for TikTok to see. She feels like she doesn't want to work at McDonald's anymore when she's 18, so she goes and makes a OnlyFans where she can show her behind so people can pay her. Us Black, Hispanic, and Native American men need to be stronger.
Right.
Keep going.
I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt.
Now we're on Psalms chapter 7. Sorry, Proverbs chapter 7, verse 16. Now this woman is telling this man, listen, come back inside my house. We can get it on. My bed is made with the most beautiful and soft fabrics. I got fine linen. I got blackout curtains so no one can see in. Right? Keep going.
I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon.
Listen, come back to my house so we can have sex because I got my room smelling wonderful. It smells like heaven in my room. It smells so good in my room. You're gonna walk into my room and walk into my bed and feel at home and feel comfortable. Just come back with me and let's get it on. Keep going.
Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves.
Make sure you're reading the verse that you're on, all right? This is Proverbs chapter 7, verse 18. And now she's telling this man, come into my house. Get the door out. Someone's at the door.
Oh, come.
She's telling this man, come into my house. Let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us have sex all night long until the morning. Look to your right. That's what this woman is telling this man. Come into my house and we can have sex all night long. We can have sex until the morning time. Right? Let us solace ourselves in love. Let us surround ourselves with love and sex and feeling good. That's exactly what a whore says. What happened? No? None? I no sweat. That's exactly what a whore says. Hey, let us go back to my house. Hey, we're leaving a club right now. How about I come back to your crib? You know, we can do whatever we want until the morning. In the morning, I'll leave. In the morning, I'll dip. In the morning, you can leave. Next verse.
Verse 19. For the good man is not at home.
What?
For the good man is not at home.
So this woman who's dressed in the attire of a harlot, who looks like a whore, who's dressed like a whore, we're finding out that the good man is not at home. To break it down, this woman has a man. He's a good man. And this man is not at home. This woman is cheating on her husband. This woman is committing adultery on her husband. This woman is trying to have sex and have her back blown out by this man that she caught and grabbed in the street while her husband isn't home. This is a whore. This is what you call a slut, a hoe, a dirty woman. And this man is also an adulterer because he's allowing himself to be seduced by this married woman. He's allowing himself to go and have sex with a woman who has a husband. That's a weak brother. That's a sucker. That's what that is. Now listen, we as men, we all have our faults. I'm not saying when I was in the world doing all types of reckless things that I was perfect. I did horrible things when I was younger. But when I decided to change my life, when I found out who I descend from, what race of people I descend from, my lineage, I had to change my entire lifestyle because how I was living was wrong and how I needed to live was right. So this man, he just found out that this woman has a husband. He just found out that this woman is seducing him and she has a husband. He's finding out that she wants to take him back to her house so she can let him blow her back out while her husband isn't there. Because he's gone away on a long journey. Her husband has left the house and is long gone. Keep going.
He is gone a long journey.
Next verse.
Verse 20. He has taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed.
She's basically telling this man that she grabbed off on the street, listen, come back to my house. We can have sex and you can do all types of things to me because my husband isn't home. He's not going to come back for a while because he's on a business trip or he had to go do something in another state. He's out the home and he's not coming back for a long time. That's what she's telling this man that she pulled off from the street. Keep going.
Verse 21. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him.
Now, with her fair speech, with the flattering of her lips, by saying all these nice things to him, she got him to give in. She's telling this man, "Oh, daddy, you my daddy, you look so good. You look better than my husband. You probably got that good. You probably got that D. You know, I need to get my back blown out, and you're just the man to do it." She's telling this man all these things just to seduce him and get him to go back with her to her house to have sex with her. In the meanwhile, she already has a husband. And he just found out she has a husband, and he still gives in to her. That's a sucker. That's a man that is weak. And that is a woman that is no good. She's garbage. She's trash. Any of you women that already have a husband, that already have a boyfriend, that's sleeping with a man, and you're trying to sleep with another man, you're a whore. You have a husband, you have a man, you have a boyfriend, you're sleeping with somebody, and you're on OnlyFans, TikTok, shaking your behind, being in your lingerie for the world to see, you're a whore. For all you men that scroll up and down TikTok and Instagram to see all these women shake their ass, dress half naked, subscribe to an OnlyFans to see a woman pleasure herself, you are a sucker and you are a weak man. Because that woman could have a husband already. That woman could have a boyfriend. That woman could have a man she's already sleeping with. And here you are being a sucker. You Black, Hispanic, and Native American men need to stop being suckers. Need to stop being weak-ass men, falling for women, being seduced by women, by their beauty, by their lust, because they look good, because they got beautiful lips, because they're dressed half naked and bounce their behind to WAP. Y'all some suckers. Y'all need to have more discipline, more control, and have some goddamn morals. Because how you expect our women to change if we can't change? As Black, Hispanic, and American men, we need to hold ourselves to higher standards so our women can hold themselves to higher standards. Keep going.
Verse 22.
Let's find out what happens to this sucker.
He goeth after her straightway.
He goes after her straight away. He goes, all right, baby girl, say no more. Listen, I'm going to blow your back out. I'm gonna go to your house right now. Let's get it on. Keep reading.
As an ox goeth to the slaughter.
He follows her like a cow goes to the slaughterhouse. You know how you get that nice T-bone steak? You know how you get that nice ribeye? You know how you get those beef ribs that you put on the grill? You know how you get that nice steak that you sauteed with butter and garlic sauce and mince or whatever that you want to put on it? Cows get brought to a slaughterhouse where they get killed. They get slaughtered. They get their throat cut. They get a instrument that shoots a metal prong into their head. They get chopped into pieces. They get skinned. This sucker, this weak man, followed this whore into her house like a cow goes to the slaughterhouse. Keep going.
Or as a fool to the correction of the stocks.
Or like a fool to the correction of stocks. You know when you're about to get punished, your mom's about to beat you because you did something wrong, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go take this beating. That's you. Instead of you just not doing the wrong thing and not getting your ass whipped, you're like, okay, I'm doing this and I know I'm gonna get beat afterwards. Keep going.
Verse 23. Till a dart strike through his liver.
Until a dart strikes through his liver. Until this man gets stabbed up. right? How many stories have we heard about brothers going over into a woman's house where the man's not there? The husband comes home, there's a big fight. The brother gets stabbed up from sleeping with another man's wife. He gets shot, gets beaten with a bat. Keep going.
As a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life.
This guy is like a bird that goes straight for the worm. That goes straight for the worm. That's attached to a hook. That's underneath a cage. That's what this is. You don't know that you're going to your doom. You don't know that this woman is gonna cause you to have a short life. You don't know that by you walking into this woman's house to go have sex with her, that at any moment her husband can decide, you know what, I'm coming home right now. And when he finds you sleeping with his wife, when he finds you blowing his wife's back out, your life is in jeopardy. Keep going.
Verse 24. Hearken unto me now.
Listen to me. All you Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, listen to me right now. Just like God told us in Proverbs to listen to him, listen to me because I'm telling you what God says. Keep reading.
Therefore, all ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth.
So listen carefully, all you Black, Hispanic, and Native American men. Listen very carefully to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Like that movie Rush Hour with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You know that part? Listen to the words coming out of my mouth right now. Read.
Verse 25. Let not thy heart decline to your ways.
You need to be mentally stronger. You need to have more discipline. You need to be able to have more self-control and not let a woman seduce you into doing something that you will regret. Don't let a whore make you weak and seduce you. Don't let a woman whisper in your ears all these nice things so that way she can get what she wants and you end up losing out. Keep reading.
Go not astray in her paths.
Don't go into the way of a whore. If you're walking down the street and you see a prostitute, you see a whore, she's trying to rub up all of you, touching your face, telling you she'll give you a good time. Listen, a lot of men are weak and they're suckers for women and they love sex. I love sex too, but I love sex with my women. I don't pay some random woman to have sex. I don't meet up with some random woman to have sex. I don't go on Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook and pay a woman through Cash App or Venmo so she can come over and have sex with me. I don't do those things. I have sex with my women, my own women who are my women, who love me and do right by me. Keep reading.
Verse 26, for she has cast down many wounded.
According to Proverbs 7, verse 26, this woman that we're reading about, this whore that we're reading about in Proverbs chapter 7, it says that she has cast many down, wounded. That means there has been other men before this man. There's been other men that she led into a trap, that she had sex with. And something bad happened afterwards. Keep going.
Yeah, many strong men have been slain by her.
Like we're reading now, many strong men have been slain by her. Many strong men have been caught up by a woman, have been led into some trouble by a woman. How many times we hear rappers talking about, I caught my enemy at the hotel with a woman I sent to go to him. There's a very famous song by Biggie. How he's at the hotel, he has this woman sleep with this man at the hotel. She lets him know that this guy's there. They come in through the back door, up the steps shoot the guy, right? Take the cocaine, take all this drug money, and then they dip, get set up. Many strong men have felt victim to women just like this. Many strong men have been slain by her. You want to pay some women through Cash App and Venmo to come over to your house to have sex with you? Okay, you know what? Guess what? When she comes in your house, you're gonna lead her to the bedroom. She's gonna say, "Hold up, I want to get something to drink." She's gonna go to the living room, to the kitchen, unlock the in who are coming to beat you. You're letting this woman into your house. She's texting her man and his friends, "This is the address." So when she's done, or in the middle when she's done, they're breaking into your house, robbing you, beating you to a pulp. Keep reading. Last verse,
Verse 27. Her house is the way to hell.
Her what?
Her house is the way to hell.
Her house is the way to hell. This woman tricked you into coming into her house to blow her back out, to hit her from all different types of positions, right? Not knowing that you're going to hell. Not knowing that you're going to your death. Not knowing that you're going to your demise, your downfall. Keep reading.
Going down to the chambers of death.
Because now you're going down to the chambers of death. Now you're leaving yourself exposed to get AIDS, get HIV, get herpes, get gonorrhea, get chlamydia. You're leaving yourself to get robbed, get beat, get poisoned, right? You're leaving yourself open for her husband to come back, her boyfriend to come back, the man she's sleeping with to come back, blow your brains out, stab you up, beat you with a bat, tie you up and gag you and beat you to a pulp, rob you blind, leave you naked, throw you into the street. Her house is the way to hell. And when you go into her house, when you walk up those steps, when you walk through those hallways to the left and to the right and enter that door, you just entered the chamber of death. Proverbs chapter 7, verse 27. Let's drop that and let's go to John chapter 8, verse 11. So Black, Hispanic, and Native American men and Black, Hispanic, and Native American women, we need to change our behavior. This stock culture that we love so much, that we promote and encourage so much, where Black, Hispanic, and Native American women like to shake their behind for the gram, like to get half naked, like to dress in their lingerie and bathing suits and dance for TikTok and Instagram and get our OnlyFans. We got to be better. We got to hold ourselves to a higher standards. We have to have some greater level of moral decency. For us Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. We need to let our women know that the things that they're doing is unacceptable and we won't accept it. If every Black, Hispanic, and Native American man decided to stop going to strip clubs and decided to stop, and look, video got banned again. Crazy.
What?
My live stream got banned again. You people just love whoredom. You people just love to be whores. You guys love this whore life. But anyway, we got to let our women know that if all Black, Hispanic, and Native American men decided to stop going to strip clubs today, Black, Hispanic, and Native American women will stop working at strip clubs because Black, Hispanic, and Native American men are not spending their money on women at strip clubs. If Black, Hispanic, and Native American men told women, you look disgusting in those short shorts that are see-through and I can see a thong and the imprint of your vagina, and don't talk to me, women will think twice about wearing short shorts that are see-through outside because men aren't going to be talking to them when they're dressed like that. Read John chapter 8, verse 11.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 11. She said, no man Lord, and Yahushua said unto her, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
So for all you women that like to dress in all these types of clothing, that way you see through your clothing and you dress in lingerie and bathing suits just to make a TikTok video and whatnot, listen, go sin no more. Because what you're doing is a sin. You showing your body, that's a sin. You showing the world how big your butt is and how big your breasts are, it's a sin. You dressing in your newest fashionable lingerie, exposing yourself, dancing and shaking your behind and making your cheeks clap, you're sinning. Go sin no more. For all you men that promote this type of lifestyle for our women, you're causing them to sin. Stop. Go sin no more. Y'all got to be better than that. Right? So with my last verse, we're going to end it with Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Most High, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
The Lord doesn't change. Whether it's the book of Genesis or the book of John, whether it's the book of Exodus or the books of Romans, whether it's the book of Obadiah and Ezekiel or Revelations and Matthews, the Lord doesn't change. Nowhere in the Bible can you justify being a whore. Right. Nowhere in the Bible can you justify seeing other people in their nakedness. Nowhere in the Bible does it justify you being a weak man and giving into a whore. Nowhere in the Bible does it say to encourage our women to be prostitutes and act and conduct themselves like a harlot. Nowhere. The Lord doesn't change. He's against all of this. Christ was against all of this. And with that, that's my class. I'm Priest and Officer Ashagapan of the Israelite School, University of Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. And since 1969, we've been getting Black, Hispanic, and Native American people to change their life and turn back to God. And with that,